Hello all and welcome to another video in my journey to 1 million game score, and we're actually a little bit over halfway through December, which isn't what I originally planned, but it is time to bring to you December part 1. Now the reason why I didn't originally plan that was because obviously this time of year is very busy both work-wise and socially, with it being Christmas just around the corner. Also, I wasn't very well and I've only just got my voice back, and throw in the fact that I could be moving soon and have been preparing for that. A lot of my free time has been taken up by that too, but we did get some gaming in, we did get some gamer score, so let's go to the games and crack on and tell you what I got. And one of the little things that I decided to do this month was have a little bit of an experiment, and I thought I'd play a whole load of old PES games and see what I could get out of them, because obviously a lot of these games are 50p or less, so if you haven't never touched one of these games, it'd be interesting to see what you get out of it quickly or with a bit of time. And obviously we're going to start with PES 6, and I'll say this about all of the PESs now, is that they all are older than 2013, and all of the online functions are gone, so each one has some online achievements, so the completion is actually out of the question about every PES game. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way to start with. And as you'll see, the first one I played them in chronological order of earliest to latest in which I owned and can play, and we started off with PES 6. Now PES 6 I got 520, as you'll see, out of 1,000, and that was with at least a good solid 25 hours gameplay. I did probably stay with this one for far too long, to bear in mind that I have quite a few of them to actually get through. But we had a look at all the leagues, and basically there is an achievement for winning every league, like Italian, French, Spanish, English, German, all that lot. And I did beat one of the leagues, or I did win one of the leagues, and that was the Italian one, but that was 38 games, and it's not a case of clinching the league and it will unlock. You do actually have to finish the league, and then at the end of the league there is a ceremony, and once the ceremony is done, the achievement unlocks. There is a cup that you can play within it, but you do have the functionality to turn that off at least, but you can't speed up the league within regards to games played. Unfortunately, you can't just clinch the title, you have to win the title and finish the league for the achievement to unlock. So yes, I did do that with the Italian league, and I did also look at the other leagues there, and there is one league called International League which you can mess around with all the settings for. You can knock the minimum amount of teams down to 3. You can also turn the cup matches off in that. You can turn the season from full down to half, so instead of playing 4 games you only play 2. And of course, with every league, by the way, and every cup that I'm going to talk about, you can set the match time down to a low of 5 minutes, and you can turn the injuries and accumulative fatigue off to make your life easier. Throw in obviously the lowest setting as well, so you don't want to risk not actually winning a game, to speed up the process of getting achievements if you're just playing for achievements like I did with this game. So yes, we did won that International League, which ended up just being a couple of games. That was a nice 40G achievement, and then every cup that you can do as well has its own individual achievement for winning the cup, and a few of those you can fly through quite quickly. You can do one called the Konami Cup, which you can adjust the teams in that down to just 2 teams, so that will take no time at all. You're pretty much just playing one game there. You've got the Asia Oceania Cup as well. That has 5 teams in it, and it can be 2 games because you can position yourself within the structure of the cup. So there is a place that you can be, or 2 places that you can be, which have an extra game. Don't put yourself there, you can mess with that, and then it'll only be a couple of games as well. There is the America's Cup, which is 8 teams, which can be as low as 3 if you position yourself right. If you don't, then you'll have to play 4, but it can be as little as 3 games. Each of the cups, by the way, and each of the leagues is a 40G achievement, so you can stack them up quite well with the cups. The African Cup, also 8 teams, can be as low as 3 games, 4 if you don't move yourself. European Cup is 6 games, 3 group, 3 knockout. And then there is an International Cup, which is basically a World Cup, which is 7 games, 3 group and 4 knockout. And there's also a cup called the Reebok Cup, which is 16 teams, which is standard KO, which is 4 games. Again, so another 40G quite quickly there. So you can get quite a nice chunk out of this quite quickly. I also then went on to, I think it's the Master League mode, and you get an achievement for winning D2 League and winning the cup in D2 League. Now there are 8 teams, so you have to play 14 league games and 5 cup games. However, when you do this, the achievement does actually unlock when you clinch the league, which is nice. However, you do need to get promoted to D1 because you need to win that league and win that cup. That league has 16 teams, which means you have to play up to 30 games, and there are 7 cup games, which are 7 cup games. Yes, and there are 2 legs in each round and a final, so there's quite a few games to go through in Division 1. But the good thing about the Cup is it's over before the league is, and for some reason in the D1 and D2 leagues the achievements do actually unlock for winning the league once the title is clinched, so you can move on quite quickly from there. But as I say, if I didn't play that Italian league on its own, then my playtime on this would have been significantly reduced. But bear in mind I played one full 38 game league in this, or was it 36? Anyway, a lot of games. Then the 25 hours is raised by that, but you can get quite a decent amount of it. It's probably 480 if you only put in, say, 15 hours into the game. So yes, there is quite a lot to be had for just your 50p, and I may chip away at winning all the other leagues, played a few games at a time, so hopefully this will pop up in future videos and I'll just say, yeah, I've managed to nab the English league, yeah, I've managed to nab this league. Okay, so let's move on to PES game number 2, and PES 2008. And in this one, as I say, 260 again, I didn't want to hang around too long, and some of these are a little less just win league and just win cups. Achieved when you've beaten all England league teams. Now I went for a lot of these achievements below whilst playing the English league. Now the achievements in this aren't for winning the leagues, but for beating every English team or every French team, every German team, every Italian team, and so on. So I played about 25 games into the league, which is playing some teams twice but at least everybody once, and obviously the achievement hadn't unlocked. So when I went for all the ones below, all I did is I set up an exhibition game against the team that I'd chosen, because obviously you can't beat yourself. That's the little thing that you have to do. You have to just go out of the league and then beat yourself, basically, or beat the team that you were, should I say. And that's what I did to get that. It's a rare 25G achievement. So we'll actually start from the beginning here, because I had to farm that assist one you just saw there. So yeah, achieved with your first victory, so that's just going to happen straight away. Scoring 5 hat-tricks will happen, or should I say be sped up, if you score 6 goals but with 2 different players. So it doesn't have to be in 5 games. You can, in theory, if you score 5 hat-tricks with 5 different players in one game, it will unlock. But yes, 5 hat-tricks, not too difficult if you've got it on the low setting and you concentrate on giving it to one player, your main striker. 10 straight wins, yep, on easy, that's going to be easy. Achieve when your possession in the most recent 10 matches over 60%. So once you've got your 10 straight wins or whatever, just to be cautious, not worry about it, go a couple of goals up and just keep passing it around the back, or just keep passing it, because obviously when you shoot and score a goal, the possession will be given away with the other team kicking off. So you want to protect your percentage by just keeping hold of the ball for 10 games but scoring a couple of goals so that you win as well. And achieve when you score a distance of more than 35 metres. So what I did there is, once I was a few goals ahead, I sort of shot from literally a few steps within inside the centre circle, and hopefully one of them went in. And being on an easy setting, eventually one of them did go in. So there's a little bit of luck involved with that, as well as a tiny bit of skill. So yeah, just keep popping off long shots where once you're a few goals up, and hopefully you'll nab that one. And scoring 100 goals, again, when you're playing easy, that will come after a few games. Probably not 10, maybe. I think I got it in around, but yeah, probably around about the 20-ish mark, because I was playing at such an easy setting. I was winning by 4 or 5, even 6, 7, occasionally goals to the higher. But as I was going for that one down there, a lot of the games only had 2 goals in. So, but getting 100 goals, you're going to mass it up quite quickly on the easy settings. Foul ratio drops below 1 foul in most recent 10 matches. Now that is rare, and I can understand why, because to avoid getting fouls, basically I was just running into players rather than pressing the tackle button and hoping of winning the ball, and occasionally you'd still make a foul. Fouls also are tallied up with offside, so any offside counts as a foul. So you've got to be careful there, even though it doesn't mention that, it does actually tally up as a foul on your stats screen. So achieved 20 matches, we scored 2+ goals in most 5 recent games, exactly what it says. So yeah, you're going to get that on easy. So that's why I think that's why I had it in my head earlier about scoring 2 goals if you're going to go for the percentage thing, because that'll also tally up quite nicely towards that as well. Then after that I had to kind of farm assists, because I'd scored 100 goals and got those ones below, so just made sure that when I was in the 6-yard area I'd pass and then shoot first time with whoever I was passing to, just to make sure the assist tallied up, and that's not too difficult as well. And I say that brings me back to the top with beat all England league teams, and this is once I finish with PES 6 I might start chipping away at some of the beat all teams from certain leagues as well, to just get this game score up for this particular game up a little bit higher, especially as, like I said at the beginning, no online achievements are available for this. So that's a couple of PESs out of the way. There is a couple of more to pop up in a minute, and that brings us up to Gears Pop. Nothing new added there, I'm just still playing that and adding to what I've got. And as I say, I just fancied a bit of change from the PES, because between those two PES games, that's like 35 hours worth of gameplay. So I was getting a little bit tired of it. I just needed a break from it. So I played ACA Neo Geo Metal Slug 4, which was in the sale a couple of months ago, and it's been sitting in my back catalogue for a while. Very difficult 1000G. Anyone says all Neo Geos are easy, they're not. Sometimes they throw up ones like this. That caravan mode, 200,000 points, one at the top there. I had to make multiple runs, practice the level, try not to die as well. So that obviously, because 3 lives it's over, it's no continuing caravan mode. So, and eventually I did it, finished the first level and killed a few enemies in the start of the second level and just nicked it. I mean, if you're one of these people that's got the silver and gold, you obviously know something I don't with regards to a secret, some high scoring points somewhere, or just wow, you're good at the game. Seriously, if you can get the 2 silvers or the silver and the gold above that, then well done. And so the high score player, registering my high score, obviously I thought I'd have a go for the bottom one. I knew I wasn't going to get there, to be honest with you, but I scored high enough to be able to register the score, so I got that, and that's a rare achievement. So that surprised me. These are obviously for registering my high score for going through original mode. And again, I went through original mode and I fell short of the 1 million points which you need for silver by about 50,000, and I was just like, wow, I don't know where those points are going to come from, because to be honest with you, I think I've done quite well. So as you can imagine, that isn't a rare achievement, only just though, but look at all these ones below. I mean, if you've got any of these, kudos to you, seriously, wow. Scoring 2 million points, I can't even do that on original mode with multiple lives, so yeah, well done to you. Caravan mode, 800,000 points, that is mental. So yes, not an easy completion at all. However, it's Metal Slug is fun, it's probably the best run and gun out there. It's certainly, well, that and Contra, toss a coin. Fantastic game, the Metal Slugs. So 400, 320 of it, relatively simple. The rest of it, very challenging indeed. River Bonds added a few achievements, an extra 100 G's worth. Fortunately for me, it was still in Game Pass. The 1000 was easy. The extra 100 should have been a bit easier than it was for me. But yes, I probably spent about an hour getting that extra 100 out of it. And the good thing about this is, if you fail a certain section and you die, all the enemies that you kill or all the enemies that you damaged stay as damaged as they were, and all the enemies that you've killed don't respawn or anything like that. So when it comes to beating the boss, which is called Defeat, which is Great Kartos, then all you have to do is basically just keep going. There is a timer, but the timer is for bonus points, so you just ignore that. So yes, defeating Great Kartos isn't difficult at all, so just play through it. Killing 80 slimes. Now, there was one section where an abundance of these slimes popped up, and the achievements track, so when you get to that section, turn the achievement tracker on, perhaps have it visualised on the screen so you can see what you're doing. Because when I decided to move on, it was at 96%. I thought, oh bugger, I'm going to have to play through again. Turns out I did have to play through again for that achievement. We'll get to that in a minute. But there was another section with a few slimes in it as well. There's only 2 sections with them in, and luckily enough there was enough for me to push me up to the 100% completion on the achievement and get that 35G. Had to farm that, dying by traps 20 times, but that's not too difficult. There's a picture of one there, just keep walking in the spikes until you die. If you still need a few more of that, or the first time they pop up, just die 20 times, just to make sure that you don't need to replay again. And then you'll get a 10G achievement for Justani as well. It's a free DLC as well, so if you've got the game, there's a free 10G achievement there. Even if you don't want to play through, just load it up. But the one that I did miss out on, I did have to look up the solution on trueachievements.com, and it is a simple 5G achievement. I was speaking to everybody as I was playing through, and I was sure that I would meet Brother Honey and get this achievement. Turns out I missed him, and I had to play through it again. It's about the 5th section into the game as well, where he is, and you have to jump up this waterfall next to the exit, and he's up there. And I found that out thanks to a solution on trueachievements.com. And I wish I'd read it beforehand, so if you're going to go for the extra 100 here, I advise that you do that as well. But it's about an hour's worth of play for a 100G achievement. And talking about an hour's worth of play, we're going to go on to Wonder Song, well, but maybe a bit longer. Now, the 1000G of this, no credit towards me. Maca91, one of my guys, as I call them, threw out a fantastic guide for this game. It runs about 40 minutes, but allow for pausing and a little bit of frustration with the boss, and obviously the fact that you may not do them first time. Then I would say about an hour and a half with pausing, and that boss battle is absolutely frustrating as well. His guide though is bang on. I think you can find it in my playlist, or you can find it in my playlist, which I've made called Guides I've Used with 100% Success and Can Vouch For. As I say, in his guide you have to activate the level select cheat, then he tells you which scenes to go to, and you'll be able to get through it quite easily with that. Honestly, it is a bang on guide, so I advise you to use that. And above we are back to the PESs. We kept the PES experiment going, but we didn't hang around as long this time. So PES 2012, I believe I just did a few things. The first thing I did was to beat the computer. First time in exhibition again, I put it on the lowest setting. I made the 5-minute rule, made the match as short as possible, which is 5 minutes. I turned fatigue off, I turned injuries off as well. Just literally keep it nice and easy. So I was able to beat the computer in exhibition for the quick 5G achievement. I knew that was there. I was going to go for it. I don't care if it's 5 or 50. If it's an achievement I can get, I'm going to get it. Okay, so obviously then winning one game in the Champions League, getting through the group games, winning the Champions League. The good thing about this game is you could pick the Champions League as its separate option just to do it. So that's what I did there. I think I was Barcelona, because we all know how Barcelona, how good they are, and the fact they've got Messi. And then you can also pick the Copa Santander Libertadores competition as well in this game, separately as well. And of course there's a couple of more games in this, so you have to obviously win a game in it, get through the group and win it. So same thing there as well. Not too difficult if you pick, I think I picked Flamengo or something like that. Can't remember, one of the top Brazilian teams anyway. And it was quite simple. And then I thought I would win the national team competition in a League Cup. That's also an achievement. Again, that's not too difficult. I think that's around about 7 games. My memory has actually failed me on that, but it's not too difficult, again with the easy settings. And then I popped into Master League just to win one game there and nabbed that 5G achievement. And then I just thought I would move on, but I've moved on and started 2013 and not really touched it, to be honest with you. And that is because all I've done in this is gone to the comp, win a game again for 5G, start the Champions League, but not even got through the group stage yet. I'm just sat there waiting. So you will see this pop up in the next video, but there is 15G out of it hanging around so far for doing those things. As you'll see, look, I'm going to be making it through the group and I go in the Champions League, so there's 60G there just waiting to be worked on straight away. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of what I got in the first half of December. Any questions about any games, please do put it in the comment section below. I read all comments and do answer all questions here on YouTube. So ladies and gentlemen, that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope none of my life situations hold me back, because obviously if I do move I could be without internet for a while, and that generally worries me because I do enjoy making these videos and interacting with people. So please comment section below about any questions you may have. That just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and as always, take care.